Hey everybody, so I did a questions, like an ask me questions video last week, and this is going to be the answers part of it. So I just have my laptop here in front of me with all the questions that you guys had. I'm going to try and tear through these questions as quickly as I can, but if you have any more, feel free to write them down in the comments below, and I'll try and respond in the comments as best I can. If not, maybe I'll do another one of these. I'm not sure. So the first one is from Tabitha Cesefske. I'm going to try and read your names, but I don't know how to read them all. I'm a first-time mom due on May 20th, and I love watching your videos. My questions are, that's awesome, because I was actually due May 20th with Riley, and I had her on May 25th, so I can completely relate to that pregnancy. Number one, if you had to choose 3 must-buy baby items for a new mom, what would they be and why? That's a good question. One I wish I would have thought about ahead of time. Okay, I would say the Fisher-Price Rock and Place sleeper for a place to put baby down or even to sleep in was just a godsend with Riley. I just loved it. I have a review on it and I'm planning to use it this time around. That would be number one for me. If you're breastfeeding, even if you're not planning to, a boppy is really useful, obviously for breastfeeding, but bottle feeding as well, and just kind of for propping the baby up as well. A boppy is very useful. Some kind of carrier. I really enjoy carrying my babies. I find it a lot easier than carrying around the car seat. I love the Moby wrap in the beginning, and then I love ring slings or the Ergo baby carrier as they get a bit older. Okay, number 2, what are your favorite brand of diapers and why? My husband and I have been stockpiling since I found out I was pregnant. We bought Huggies, Pampers, Loves, Parents' Choice. Our local Walmart will let you return unused packages. So if baby Mason has a reaction to a certain brand, we can exchange them. Typically I cloth diaper. I cloth diapered my last 2 kids, but in the very beginning there I did use disposables, and I believe my favorite were Pampers. So that's what I got this time. I got the newborn size. I don't know if I'll need preemie, but I liked Pampers the best. I didn't really have anything against any other brand, but they were just my favorite. Number 3, if you could give one bit of advice to a new mom, what would it be? That saying, this too shall pass, especially if you have a colicky baby, a difficult baby, if you're having a hard time transitioning to the new life of being a new mom and the sleep deprivation and just everything that comes along with it. Just know that it gets easier and things evolve and you fall into a routine, and if it's chaotic, it doesn't stay like that forever. It does get better, so I promise. Next person, Carrie's journey. What do you think this baby is going to be? My prediction is a girl, for sure. Number 2, are your daughters really excited for the new baby coming? Surprisingly, not as much as I would have thought. Riley is, my youngest, but my oldest, for some reason, just isn't. She's got this idea in her head that babies cry a lot and that they'll wake her up, and I don't know where she got that from. So I'm sure she'll be happy when the baby's here. She's just not over the moon about it. Number 3, what diapers would you suggest getting for babies? Again, I cloth diaper, so if you're talking disposables, I like Pampers. Cloth diapers, I like Bum Genius, Fuzzy Buns. I'm about to try out Little Joey's. I've never tried out the newborn brand, but I like Blueberry diapers as well. So I need to do a whole kind of update on my cloth diaper stash. Number 4, who are your top favorite YouTubers? P.S. Love if you check out my channel. And praying for a safe delivery. Top YouTubers, that's a tough one, because I've been on YouTube for over 5 years now, and there's a lot of people that I watch and that I love, and I don't know, a lot of the oldies for sure that I've been following for a long time. And you know what, a lot of the really big YouTubers that have been on YouTube for a long time suddenly aren't doing it anymore. Like the Eads family and Lauren Layton just kind of disappeared, but the ones that have been there for a long time and that we've been making videos together for years, and you know who you are, you're probably my favorite just because I feel the most connected to you. I don't want to go name individual people. Okay, Young Mommy 61815. Why did you choose not to find out sex of your baby? I'm 24 weeks pregnant with my daughter and would have gone crazy if we didn't have found out. I'm surprised I'm not going as crazy as I anticipated that I would. We found out with our first 2 daughters. We decided not to find out with this one, mostly because I have this feeling it's a girl. I've always felt like I was going to be a mom of 3 girls, and I love that. I'm excited for that. But after finding out our second was a girl and telling everybody, I got a lot of reactions like, oh, too bad it's not a boy, I guess you have to try for a boy. And it was just kind of annoying and disappointing. So this time around I was like, you know what, if it's a girl again, I don't want that to bring me down. I don't want to hear people's reactions. I'd rather just wait till the baby's here and hope that they don't say that to the baby's face once it's here, like, oh, too bad you're not a boy. So as sad as it is to say, we didn't find out mostly because of other people, not because of ourselves. So Jamie loves life. What are you going to do with the home birth supplies? I've actually donated them to my midwife practice, and they're going to give it to people who can't financially afford their own home birth supplies, so that makes me feel good. Is a home birth more expensive than a hospital birth, or is it all free? I live in Canada, so healthcare is all free here. We're very lucky in that aspect. The only thing with the home birth is, just like you would buy stuff for a hospital bag to bring to the hospital, you're going to need to buy items like I did for the home birth kit. The home birth kit was like $59, I think. That was the basic one, and that's all that they required you to have. And there's other stuff you could add, but it was $59, so I guess it's a little bit more expensive than a hospital birth. Are you still planning med-free birth? That's a really good question. And I struggle with that question every single day. I'm planning to go into it that way because with Riley it didn't that way, but I'm really scared about induction. If it's Pitocin or oxytocin, no, I'm not against the epidural. I'm gonna get me an epidural. But if it's not, I'm gonna try and troop it out. It just depends. My labors are so intense and so fast that they often get really scary, so that's why I kind of lean toward an epidural. But I was planning a home birth, and it probably would have been that way anyway. So I just need to just get my mindset that I can do it, and whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to be disappointed either way. What are your losing the baby weight plans? I don't know yet. I'll wait till the baby gets here. I'll see how much weight comes off initially and wait a couple months with breastfeeding. I'm in no rush to get right back down to where I was, but I have every confidence that I can because I've lost 90 pounds before and I've gained 40 with this pregnancy, so I'm sure I can get it off again. Kiss of Death, Becca Joy Bells. I'm new at watching your channel, so forgive me if people have asked these. How did you and your husband meet? Good question. I don't know if I've ever answered this on this channel before. I used to be really embarrassed about it, but it's such a common thing now that it doesn't really bother me. We met online through like a dating website back in the day, many, many years ago when it wasn't so common to do that, but now it's so common that whatever, we met online and it all worked out. How many years have you been married? 6.5? Yeah, 7 this summer. Can you give any good tips on how to be a good, loving wife? I don't know if my husband would always consider me a good, loving wife. I try my best. I think it's a partnership. It's all about communication, being open. Harrison and I have always had a very open relationship right from day one. We were very open about what we wanted out of life and how we're feeling, and we don't hold anything back, so we're always aware of where each other are at. And I don't know. Communication, give and take. Right now he's giving and I'm more taking because I can't do a whole lot, so it's nice, it works out. I'm single, but any good tips for the future would be awesome. Still praying and thinking of you and your precious baby. Hugs. Oh, thank you. Okay, Hannah Garbett, is there anything you would do differently if you were to redo this pregnancy all over again, considering the problems you've been having? Honestly, I don't think there's anything that I could have done to prevent the problems that I'm having. We're not going to find out exactly why this baby is IUGR until it's born. Hopefully we'll find out then. They're suspecting a placenta issue, and they're suspecting that's because of ulcerative colitis. And that's something that I've had and just wasn't aware of. It's one of those genetic things that you can't make yourself have and you also can't get rid of. It's like celiac disease, you're born with it kind of thing. So unfortunately I just found out during this pregnancy, and it seems to have complicated things with the growth of this baby, but there's nothing I could have done to prevent it because it was part of me no matter what, just like celiac disease. So no, I wouldn't have done anything different. Hannah Pachette, have you and your husband got any names picked out? Yes, we've had a boy name forever, for like 5 years. Girl name we just decided on this past weekend, I think. Hopefully it sticks. We'll see. If it is a girl or a boy, we need to see them to like really confirm, but I'm pretty confident. Tasha Hill, can you do a family update and like update house video? I don't know if I'm going to do a house tour per se. I do want to do the nursery and probably the girls' room because their rooms are getting pretty cute too, but I don't think I'll go through each room of the house. Life updates I kind of do as we're going along. Once the baby's here, they'll be more like family-oriented things, but right now it's a little bit crazy with the amount of videos I have going up. The next comment is from Hella Charanek. You are creepy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Skylar Vivo. Do you plan to have more kids after this, or are you just going to stick with 3? We don't plan on having more, but never say never. That's going to be my answer. I always wanted 4 and Harrison wanted 2, so we're at 3. We've compromised. Probably not going to have more, but if we had a 4th, I wouldn't be sad. Also, if you wouldn't have had girls, what would you name them? I love your videos. Wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. I don't want to share what we would have named boys because it might still be a boy and I might use the name. So maybe if it's a girl, I'll let you guys know my boy names. The Kara, here are the questions. Do you struggle in any way being gluten-free diet? I'm celiac as well. It's an everyday struggle. It sucks going anywhere, really. Like, I've got my life figured out here as far as what I can eat and what I buy and what I make for myself. But if I have to go out to a restaurant, or I have to go to a baby shower, an event of some sort, a wedding, if there's a work function, whatever, it sucks, to be honest. There's definitely more awareness now, but it's just really hard. It's not worth it for me most of the time to go out. So yeah, I struggle, but it is what it is. Do you think being celiac caused your pregnancy issues that you have with baby number 3? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I think it's more the ulcerative colitis, but it could be celiac as well. What's odd is that I was celiac with my first 2 and wasn't aware, so I was eating gluten. So therefore I should have been absorbing less calories, and now that I know I'm gluten-free and have been for 2 years, I assume this would have been a big baby. I mentioned that in one of my first videos. I thought this would have been a big baby. It's getting all the nutrients, but it's not. So I don't know. I'm curious to find out myself. What do the girls want more, a brother or a sister? Definitely a sister. They go, I don't like boys. So, Jen H, have you had your kids tested for celiac? Yes, Kayla is actually the reason that I found out I was celiac, because she was having digestional issues as a baby, and her first blood work came back with like a high marker for celiac, and so that's when they went and tested me because it's genetic, and I went on to have the endoscopy where they confirm it, and her second blood work was clear, so it was just like a weird blood work thing. And then I got Riley tested at the same time, but Riley was only like 7 months old, so she wasn't really eating much solids. So I do plan to test them both again when they're a little bit older, just to confirm these findings, but I have had them initially tested. What is your celiac story and how did you get diagnosed? Like I just said, from Kayla. How many kids do you and your husband want? We wanted 2 and 4. What is your favorite season or holiday? My favorite season is summer. Hands down, I love the sun. I am a summer baby, a beach baby, a water baby. Yes. Shona Black. Other than being a wonderful mommy and wife, do you have a hobby or something like you like to do for yourself? Thank you. My hobby is definitely YouTube. I've been doing it for 5 years now, and I love it, and I love the community. And other than that, when I'm not pregnant, I really enjoy running and exercise in general, different water sports and things like that. Miss 2 Cat 1, are you worried that your kids are going to get celiac disease? I wouldn't say I'm worried, I'm curious. And I think it would be a lot harder as a kid, like 100 times harder as a kid. I can't even imagine sending Kayla to preschool, or to kindergarten, and Riley to preschool, and having the teachers having to monitor that they don't share snacks, and like party days and stuff like that, being like, no, you can't eat that cupcake, or no, you can't have that birthday cake. I would feel really bad. If your 2 girls were boys, what would you name them? Not gonna say. What does your husband and family think of you making YouTube videos? My husband loves it. The rest of my family, the close family members, no. I don't talk about it a whole lot because I find it weird. But I do have friends and family that watch these videos. Hello if you're watching. It's weird when, a little bit weird when they bring up the fact that they watch something and they're like, oh, how's that going? I'm like, you watched that in my video, didn't you? But I'm way more comfortable now than I was 5 years ago, for sure. Just is what it is. And there's nobody who thinks it's a bad thing. It's all positive stuff. Recently, many family YouTubers are getting their personal information leaked out to the public. Are you ever worried about someone finding out your personal information. Thanks, love your videos. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a concern of mine. I try my best to keep private where we live and names and stuff like that as best as I can. Just our location, because yeah, it's very scary. Just thinking positive, I guess. Young Mama, have you ever heard of the Master Cleanse? If so, would you ever try it? I can't think exactly what the Master Cleanse is. I feel like it's some sort of drink thing that clears you out and what's the word? I don't know the word, but one of those cleanses where you don't eat any food and it gets rid of the toxins in your body. I'm assuming it's something like that. I haven't heard of specifically the Master Cleanse. Honestly, I have so many digestional issues that I'm hesitant to try anything along those lines. I wouldn't be against looking into it, it's just not something that I thought of. But yeah, that's all the questions I have here. I think I got them all. If I missed yours, I'm sorry, let me know. And if you have any more, let me know in a comment down below. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for watching. Bye!